I was born with Vactal Association, so it's an acronym, and each letter stands for birth defect. And each birth defect kind of follows you literally throughout your life. I remember telling Sam, we may not be able to have children. And it didn't even faze him. He said, it's okay. He said, if God wants us to have kids, we will. So I started praying for our birth mother probably back in 2014. And I would tell God, I was like, you know where she is. You know who she is.
We were acquaintances when this all began. It was odd because I would go like to the nail salon, or I'd be out at a grocery store and I would see Holly, and it was, if you've ever had that kind of connection with somebody where you just run into them all the time, that's what it was with her. It got me thinking, what can I do to help this family?
Renee messaged me on September 3rd of 2018. And she was like, I think that I'm supposed to be your surrogate.
I'm not religious, but I feel like God spoke to me 2 times in my life, and the first time was when I met my husband Ben, and the second time is when I decided to do this.
I told Sam, so we really had been praying for her for years. What I wanted was not just someone to carry our child. I would want that person in our child's life for the rest of their life. And just like Sam, she didn't bat an eye. She was like, all right, let's do it. I sometimes still can't wrap my mind around the fact that somebody would do that for us.
For what I had to go through, it didn't seem like a lot compared to what they were going to get at the end, which was baby Garrett. I wanted to make sure that Holly was a part of this every day. We would just check in with each other constantly. If anything happened, like if I had morning sickness, if I had headaches, I just wanted to make her feel like she was in this with me.
So we had a scheduled induction on February 8th. It only took 2 pushes and I saw his head. And his head came out, but he was blue.
All I could hear was the doctor's voice saying, I know you're not having a contraction, but I need you to push.
So not only was he not breathing, he was stuck. I felt like forever. It probably was a total of 45 seconds. But I turned around and they had just pulled him out. And after going through what she went through, her first words were, don't give him to me. He goes to Holly, he goes to Holly. Then he finally started crying and I just collapsed. So they gave him CPAP. He started pinking up and he proved he had a set of lungs on him like nobody's business.
Dr. Weinstein was like calm, cool, and collected. Like this was like no big deal to him. He just made us feel so comfortable, and I was really happy that we had him that day, for sure.
The nurses were so amazing because they made me feel like I could do it, that he was okay, that even though it was traumatic, that he was healthy.
A lot of people have said, how can you do this? How is it so easy for you? And I don't have an answer. I came across a quote from Mother Teresa, and it says, I can do things that you cannot do, and you can do things that I cannot do, and together we can do amazing things.